Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to jump right into this video. If you are like me and you're on quarantine with your significant other or just with family, you're constantly thinking of different ways that you can enjoy new meals and have fun together. Now I decided for one of our date nights in that I was going to make a new recipe. So if you guys want to see how I made this dish, go ahead and continue watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go. Now prior to making my salmon, I almost always wash it for longer than you see on camera, but of course editing, it has to be less than 10 minutes. So you just see a quick brief of me actually washing it. And when I wash my salmon, I almost always scrub it with a lemon just to kind of take away that fishy smell. After I wash my salmon, it's time to season it. I use a Badia complete and just put that all over the salmon. After the Badia complete, I go ahead and add this roasted garlic and rosemary spice blend. That's a mumbo jumbo, but yep, just add that on top of the salmon. Now as you can see, I tried not to use too much seasoning salt because I have to add seasoning later on in the recipe, so I'm just adding it to the top of the salmon. Normally if I was making like a grilled salmon or a pan-seared salmon, I would add it all over, but because I'm adding additional seasoning into like the sauce, I don't add it to like the sides of the salmon. So you go ahead and you add your black pepper, sprinkle that all over. Now it's time to cut your cherry tomatoes. I bought these from the grocery store. It's about $2 to $3 and you're cutting them in half, and it's going to equate up to a cup of cherry tomatoes. And this kind of gives your sauce that reddish, cherry-ish look. So go ahead and cut. Alright, so once you cut up your tomatoes, you are going to go ahead and turn the stove on medium and just add 1 tablespoon of oil. And this is just how I check to see if my pot is hot. Usually when your oil is in a pot for a long period of time, or once the pot gets really hot, the oil kind of moves around more like water opposed to oil. So now I am adding in my salmon. You add your salmon in skin side up, and you're going to be leaving them in the pan with the oil for 6 minutes. And you can hear it sizzling, sizzle. And this is just me showing you the salmon and how it's supposed to look. So one of them got a little bit burned, but you want it to have like that deep golden color when you flip it over. You're not completely cooking the salmon, you're pretty much just pre-cooking it because it's still going to be sitting in the sauce simmering. Now I'm just flipping it over to the skin side. The skin side kind of cooks pretty fast, so I'm just leaving it on the skin side for 1 to 2 minutes, and then I'm going to remove it from the pot and go ahead and wash my pot and get ready to make my sauce. Now we have a nice and clean pot. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of butter. Try not to use too much butter, but you can use as much as you want. Now I use garlic that is like pre-minced and soaked in olive oil. That's a personal preference. Sometimes I like to chop them fresh, sometimes I don't. Today was one of those days, so just using what I have in the fridge. So once the garlic kind of becomes fragrant and you could smell the aromas of the actual garlic starting to actually fry in a sense or cook in the pot, then you go ahead and add the tomatoes and you just stir it around and you just continue stirring it. I leave it there to sit for a little bit. Now once the tomatoes actually start to burst, then you go ahead and you add your 2 cups of spinach and you stir that until the spinach becomes wilted. Once the spinach is completely withered down, then I go ahead and I use the Goya coconut milk. I add 2 cups of this, and 2 cups I think is a minimum. Normally the original recipe from Delish calls for you to use heavy cream, but because I don't drink dairy milk, I'm gonna go ahead and use coconut milk. Once you add your coconut milk and it starts to simmer, go ahead and add your cheese and just stir that in. All the while the pot is on low to medium fire. Do not put it on high because you don't want the cheese to start to burn and you don't want the sauce to get too quick too fast. Now once the pot starts to bubble up and it's simmering, you can go ahead and add your salmon back into the pot and just place them into the pot skin side down. Alright, now that all of my salmon is in the pot, I'm going to go ahead and just take a regular spoon and just start to spoon the sauce over it so the salmon can kind of absorb or sit in all of the sauce. Just spoon it all over, just to spread all of that flavor. Let that sit for about 2 to 3 minutes on a low fire. Go ahead and plate your food. With my dish, I decided to add just some regular white rice, some jasmine rice, and some asparagus. And this is the final product. I did not do a very good job of the after of the video showing my results, but guys, the food tastes good. My boyfriend had like 3 plates. It came out amazing. So if you guys want to go ahead and make your own version or rendition of this video, I am happy to see it. Ask me questions, tell me how you like it. Go ahead and pair it with your favorite bottle of wine and enjoy your date night in. If you guys enjoyed this video, I would really hope that you would like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.